This list is so horrendous, it actually made another list. Top 1 dumbest list of 2020. Everybody clap it up. Clap it out. Big accomplishment. I had a video planned for later today. It's still gonna be premiering today at 6 p.m. Check it out, make sure. Subscribe, turn on your post notifications so you know when it drops. Introducing a new series. But I couldn't let this pass me by because the stupidity of it all. It takes unbelievable, record-breaking low levels of IQ to create something like this. And so I just wanted to talk about it. Just to see if there's anyone that agreed with this list. I mean, this is really horrific. So basically, ESPN created top players of all time list, okay? Let me move over so I can put them up on the screen. I know, before I put them up, I know, right? I know, it's crazy. Look at this. We have Michael Jordan at first, LeBron James at second, Kareem at third, Bill Russell at fourth, Magic Johnson at fifth, Wilt at sixth, Larry Bird at seventh, Tim Duncan at eighth, Kobe at 9, Shaquille O'Neal at 10. Okay, where do I even begin? First of all, these lists can start to vary drastically when you talk about best career or greatest player of all time. To me, best and greatest are two different things. I think greatest encompasses a little bit more as far as legacy. I think I need to do a full video on that because I've been saying this for a while, but I never actually put out the video. But to me, greatest encapsulates legacy, all that as well, not just best career or best player. You know what I mean? Because there are some people that are really good and the legacy they leave might be very involved, but they didn't have as good a career as someone else. That doesn't mean that they're not greater than the other person in the big scheme of things. You know what I mean? So it's hard to rank these lists. You have to be very specific with the wording you use. And these people literally said, our experts ranked the greatest of all time, 1 through 74. I'm gonna be honest, ESPN, I'm not looking past 10. Look at what you put up. Wow! And you think I'm gonna look past 10? Let's start at the top. Michael Jordan, congratulations, you earned the #1 spot. LeBron James. Congratulations, you earned the #2 spot. Now I know a lot of you guys might be looking at me, oh my gosh, Caitlin, what? He can't be #2 yet. His finals record, Honestly, I think it's about time. Look, I'm a big Kobe fan. I'm not a LeBron fan. I used to hate him. In his Miami Heat days, I was a bona fide hater. Man, I have old Facebook posts. I hated him. But logic is logic. At this point, it's not much else to say. Yeah, now, as far as legacy goes as well, I mean, for real, at first, the reason why I was like, I don't know, Kobe, is he above Kobe type of thing? Because Kobe's legacy, even before this tragic incident, and I've said this in multiple videos before everything happened, okay? Kobe's legacy is so rich. So to get over him as greatest is very tough to me personally. Okay, greatest, very tough. I think LeBron at this point, I think if he wins another one, it'll be solidified. It won't be too many people that will be able to debate him being #2. Now I did just kind of wake up, so I might be off, but I feel like him being there is not like disturbing me. You know, it's not like, oh my gosh, he needs to be lower. I'm not like tearing my hair out. Not that I don't care, but it's just not that deep. You know what I mean? He has done enough to where he can sit there and it's all right, okay? It's debatable, cool, but it's all right. Let's be honest, like it's not terrible that he's there. Congratulations to LeBron James. Kareem at third, whatever. Bill Russell. Playing against plumbers, playing against dentists, is the 4th greatest player of all time. I understand he inspired like another generation. Same with Kobe, same with LeBron, same with Michael, same with a lot of these people on this list, you know. Bill Russell has, I believe, 11 rings. Let me look it up so I'm not factually incorrect. Yes, he has 11 rings during his 13-year career. His career started in 1956. 6'10". Obviously, easily the best player when you're playing against dentists, plumbers, that he's 4th all time. You see what I'm dealing with here in my mind? You see how... But the reason I'll allow him to be a little high on this list is because of the impact he's had. The legacy is so great. He's one of the first greats. You know, a lot of people love to remember fondly upon the old times, and they don't critically think with logic, the competition he was facing was nowhere near these new guys. Nowhere near, not even the new guys, but even generations after him. Between him and the new guys, it was nowhere near, and you know it. But because we remember the old times more fondly, we're gonna sit there and stick with our guns that Bill Russell, because that's how I grew up on that. That's cute. But realistically, stop it. Number four, but I'll allow it. No, I won't allow it. Matter of fact, no, you're not number 4. Bill, I'm sorry. You can be top 10 because of your legacy. I mean, how many players could we put in your position in that era and they would win 11 rings? I think a lot. Let's move on. Magic Johnson, 5th. 5th. Whatever. Wilt Chamberlain, 6th. My next problem is Larry Bird. Now, I know a lot of y'all don't want to hear this. I know, once again, Larry Bird was your bread and butter growing up. Oh, I just remember back in the day, my pawpaw used to take me on the farm and we used to watch Larry Bird highlights on our bale of hay. I know. And I know you're going to hate me for this. I understand it. But oh my gosh, when you watch this man's highlights, he hasn't even cracked the top 25 in any statistical category at all. None. Not the top 25, but he's found in the top 10 greatest players of all time list. Wow! Oh my gosh, he got injured though. Does that look like, is that a him problem or is that a me and the list problem? I don't think the list is looking at that saying that's a problem. That's a Bird problem. He got injured. That's tragic. I would have loved to see his career last longer so we could see him play some different people. I would love it. He got injured. Now, when you watch the highlights, and maybe we need to do a separate video because I said a little thing about Larry Bird in another one and people were all riled up. You know, they got on their tractors and they came to my comment section mad, heated, ready to just rake some hay or something. You know, they were mad. Understand this. If you watch some of the people he played against on a night in and night out basis, oh, it was tragic. I mean, people were falling over nothing. He didn't even break ankles like that. He did one thing and the dude just twisted. He did this. I said, what did you do? How did that happen to you? You know, I'm not trying to say I could do any better. Larry Bird was an amazing player. Do not get me wrong. Greatest of all time? List? 7th? You see what I'm saying? That's the problem we have here. Okay, it's a little rough for me to put him up there. Hasn't even cracked the top 25 in any statistical category ever. And I understand it does favor people with longer careers, whatever. So we'll let that slide, I guess. Let me strike that from the record. That favors people with longer careers, you know. But 7th? Greatest? I don't know. I just personally think he's a little overrated. I don't know if it was ESPN or Bleacher Report post some highlights of him and they said like he scored like 40 points with his left hand, which is insane. Just, you can't take that away from him, right? Everybody in the comments was saying, wow, Enes Kanter would average 52 points in this type of defense. I was like, they're exaggerating. Let me watch the video. By golly, they were right. It was not good defense at all. I'm sitting there like, wow, you are folding like dominoes. Someone could really tap you and you just one of these. I said, wow, they're not trying. Somebody's not trying, or this is acting. I know this isn't his highlights. Maybe I'm gonna go ahead and sit through a thing of his highlights because once again, I did a before the NBA video on Larry Bird and he's great. Okay, some of the stuff he was able to do, regardless of the people guarding him or whatever, or the caliber of competition, regardless, he was good regardless. Point blank, period. But you do have to take that into consideration. Also, we have to take in the legacy. He has a great legacy, but I think it's an overrated legacy, which is why he's so high. People have literally tried to convince us that he's better than LeBron. At this point, it's just like the logic isn't there. The nostalgia is there, and we love you for it. We love the old era. We hold it so dear. But be realistic. It's time to just wake up. I mean, really. 7th all-time, greatest of all time. Moving on, because y'all about to make me mad, and I feel like it's gonna be a lot of people arguing with me, and it's just gonna be nostalgia. The stuff I used to see him do, the stuff we saw him do, he averaged this many average. I don't care. Look at what he was playing against. And I'm not trying to discount and discredit everyone who played in that era, because guess what? I moved right past Magic Johnson. I mean, really, that's somebody who was literally just, I mean, come on now. He was breaking barriers. He literally could play any position. He was really a game changer. He really opened the path for players to do that nowadays. So come on now, like, it's not just the era. I'll let Magic stay there, okay? Bird's not gonna slide, okay? Moving on. Here's where the list gets unbelievable. Ooh, I got a package. Oh no, that's not me. Never mind, dang it. The list gets hairy. Tim Duncan, Kobe Bryant, and Shaquille O'Neal, 8, 9, and 10. Now, we've had this conversation before. Whose career is better, Kobe or Tim Duncan's? We already disproved this. I don't need to go through this again. If you want to watch that video, I'll leave the link in the description. Check that video out. We've talked about it. It was just not the case. People love to say, well, Tim Duncan didn't have a Shaq. And while Kobe did have a Phil Jackson, Tim Duncan had a Greg Popovich. He benefited from a system that was unbelievably effective to the point where all their stars are gone and they were still making the playoffs and still a great team with randoms. That speaks to the system. I hate to break it to you. With that being said, he was still an unbelievable player. He can still be on this list, but I don't think he's above Kobe Bryant in any way, shape, or form, especially when we're talking about greatest of all time. Now, you want to talk about career, they have the same number of rings, everything like that. So if you want to say that Tim's stats were better, or I think Tim made the playoffs 1 year more or something like that. I can't remember. If you want to say his career is better, I'll let you say that and I won't throw a fit because I don't really care. I know where we're at, okay? But where you're gonna stop is saying the greatest. He's greater than Kobe Bryant. Tim Duncan, I don't believe even has a shoe. Okay. Greatest of all time includes legacy. I know a lot of y'all, it doesn't fit your narrative, so you want to omit that part from greatest. Best is different. That's just on the court. Who's the best? Greatest does include legacy. I hate to break it to you. Nobody was rocking the Tims. Only Tims were rocking is in New York, and that's facts, B. Okay? Nobody's rocking the Duncans 3s. Unless I just don't know about it. Now maybe I'm asleep, but stop it. He's not greater than Kobe Bryant in any way, shape, or form at all. Nowhere near. Kobe coming straight out of high school, staying in LA for 20 years, bringing 5 chips to the city. You can't go anywhere without a Kobe mural, and that was before everything happened. Whether Kobe benefited from being part of one of the greatest franchises of all time and stuff, which led him to be more like iconic and more like mainstream fans, that's the bottom line. Greatest, that's the word greatest. So we're striking him from number, 8? I don't care what anybody says. You can fight me in the comments all you want to. Now, we got Kobe 9th and Shaquille O'Neal 10th, and I saw some people getting mad at that. Okay, I got some comments, how is Kobe above Shaq? Oh my gosh. Shaq did get a 4th ring without Kobe. Dwayne Wade won finals MVP, but, you know, he did get a 4th ring, but after that, he didn't win anything. The most dominant player of all time, to me, should have more than 4 rings. Kobe got 5. And you want to cease the team that he got the 5 with? You know what I mean? It wasn't bad at all. They were great players. But he was nowhere near the most dominant player of all time. I mean, Shaq is the most dominant player of all time. You couldn't guard him. For some reason, his skills kind of dropped off kind of quick and something happened. I don't know what happened. Tell me. I think he deserves a 10 at least. Now, when you think about it, Kobe is usually the second greatest shooting guard. When you're talking about shooting guards, Kobe's second greatest. Whether you throw T-Mac in the picture or some other people in the picture, usually Kobe is the second greatest of all time. No real competition. Shooting guards. For center, I think Shaq is like 5th, 6th usually in the conversation for greatest center of all time. So to me, I think this position is fitting for him. I might have to do a new video redoing the list because this video is already long and I already got kind of mad. I'm kind of annoyed looking at this list. And it's not just because Kobe's 9, it's other things. Bill Russell 4th. Larry Bird 7th. Tim Duncan 8th. Greatest of all time. Like, it's just not adding up. So meet me in the comments, let me know, because I know y'all are about to roast me. Just let me know in the comments, meet me there. Let's talk about it, let's talk it out. Make sure you stay tuned for 6 p.m. My new series is premiering. It's a very entertaining video, so stay tuned for that, okay? Subscribe if you haven't yet. Click here to subscribe if you haven't. Click this video if you haven't seen it yet, and this video. And follow me on my social medias to stay in tune with everything that's going on. Talk to me, y'all, in the comments. Talk to me. I want to see what you have to say. You know good and well. You know good and well.